Nothing in our country is more undecided in the public mind than the etiquette of mourning. Mrs. John Sherwood, Manners and Social Usages, 1897. Grief. In our culture, it's a four-letter word. It's not a four-letter word, but we don't like to talk about it and we're super bad at it. In Ghana, they spend more on funerals every year than they do weddings. In China, if their own grief isn't enough, they hire professional mourners to stir up the guests into a frenzy of sorrow. But what do we have in Western culture? We have really tacky greeting cards that say, "Oh, I am so sorry for the loss of your walking through the valley of the shadow of pain." This question was emailed to me by a woman who saw Ask a Mortician on Jezebel.com. Dear Caitlin, I have a coworker who lost her baby because of a miscarriage. We were very friendly, but when she came back to work, I didn't know what to say, so I just said nothing. Now it's awkward. What could I even have said to her? The first job I ever had in the funeral industry was at a crematory, and we actually had a contract with local hospitals to cremate babies that had died there and return the ashes to their parents. So I have sort of a large amount of baby grief interaction experience, and I want you to know that I totally sympathize with your awkwardness, because the first couple months I did that. I was like, "Here's your baby ashes." So here's what I learned. The absolute worst thing that you can say is just nothing at all. And I know that maybe you don't want to remind her about it by bringing it up, but if your coworker just lost her baby, that is all that she is thinking about all day, every day. So it's not like if you say something to her, she's going to go, "Oh, that's right, my baby died, that sucks." The second worst thing to do is to try and be fancy. Try to be poetic or give advice or tell them to just look on the bright side. I know that the shit people say videos were over like months ago, but since the funeral industry is about 10 to 15 years behind popular culture anyway, my friend Jenna helped me make shit people say to grieving people that is wrong. As a note, before you're like, "These sound ridiculous," these are all based on real things that I've heard people say. My grandma died.
My phone died.
So we know how you feel. Since it wasn't really born, you didn't really have time to get attached to it.
You didn't even name him.
Did you think that maybe God just didn't want you to be parents?
Think of all the money you'll save.
A baby is a big responsibility. At least now you'll have more time for your other children.
At least now you'll get to travel.
Have you thought about just getting a dog instead?
Have you thought about getting a cat?
Have you thought about getting a bird?
You should keep a journal.
It just happened, but your body really looks amazing.
Yeah, you look great.
You can't even tell you were pregnant.
Maybe for the next one, don't feed her peanuts.
You were way too young for a baby anyway.
Aren't you glad I left the price tag on the diaper bag?
So here are the three things that I would and do say. Number one, I'm so sorry. Simple, classic, sincere. Number two, that's so terrible, I have no idea how you feel. Because you don't, really. Even if you've lost someone very close to you, which a lot of us have, each person's grief is their own super special, unique snowflake of despair. Number three, how have you been doing? This is a wonderful question because it puts all of the power in the hands of the griever. So if they've been talking about it all day and they're kind of exhausted, they can just say, "I'm holding up, fine, thank you," which ends the conversation. But if everybody's been kind of tiptoeing around it, like maybe you were initially, they're probably really looking for an opportunity to talk about it, and don't be surprised if the floodgates open and you hear the whole story.